Okay, what's up, y'all? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of the Deadly Decks. If you're new here, let me just share a little bit about this game. This is a game I've been working on for over a year. About a year. This music is not doing it. This music is not doing it. Can I just get like basic?
Imagine being able to build.
This is what we need as a base 44 advertisement. That's what we actually need. There we go. Yeah, we just need like the little guitar. Twink, 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 twink. What's up? Do I have to call you Jefferson? I'll call you Jefferson now. It's gonna take me a little bit, but what's up, Jefferson? Yeah, over a year we've been working on this. This game was supposed to be really small. It was supposed to be really, really small. It was like 50 cards. It was meant to be like if you wanted to play a quick dungeon crawl on the plane, or, you know, some like you're just like wanting to play a little dungeon crawl card game, and it was supposed to be really clever and like 50 cards. And then we did that last year. We took it to PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia. The feedback was, yeah, this is a great game, but it's too small. So we went back and we added another 150 cards. Basically. And at this point, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you guys. At this point, James and I, the artist, and now basically co-developer of this game, is just like, we're like, fine, as many cards as it takes. So I think we're well past 200 at this point. Definitely more than 200 cards in here. Oh, okay, we can stick with Raymond. Okay, cool. So here's some new stuff we put in. The new stuff that went in here, I put this in this morning actually. We have some allies. These are NPC cards. You can actually free NPCs. You can find NPCs. They do really cool things. Some of them, people on your team may recognize and not like so much and kill them. Other ones will give you something pretty cool. Oh, I should grab that actually while we're doing this. This guy gives you, he's a bone collector and he knows about the bones. And so he actually gives you one of these, which I should just take and clone it. Drop this back in here. No, oh my gosh. No. Stop. The cloning is getting out of hand here. Okay, so this should go in here so I can summon it later. So we have some NPCs. We also have some new events that I'm going to be testing out. Yeah, and there's some new monster cards in here too that I tested out. So let's give it a shot. Who are we going to pick today? I think we're going to go with Bucket is OP. We can't use Bucket. I don't want to use any spellcasters because that mechanic is very unique and I'm not ready to test it yet. Effectively, they don't get any like weapons. They just have spell cards, and you collect souls when you kill things, and then you spend souls to do sorcery. Sorcery. This is a real jammer, this song. I'm feeling it. Y'all feeling this? It's probably AI generated. Feeling it. All right, so that leaves Ashmar, who I did really like playing with last time. He also was a little OP, but not as OP as the other ones. I'm feeling like Kira's a really good one. I like playing with Kira. Let's take Eris. She does some healing. Bring these guys down here. These guys down here. And whatever. Let's go with Ashmar. Let's go ahead. Let's try it. He was OP last time, but not crazy OP. You know what I mean? Just like OP, not OP. All right, so we're gonna take their cards. She comes with a shield and a sword, and I'll put her there. Oh, I've heard this song before. This song reminds me of the, like, what's that song? And we're gonna ride till we can't ride no more. I swear it's that song. But maybe I'm crazy. I hear it. Yeah, you know, Raymond, I started out always I've wanted to make a card game for a really long time. And then like I said, this one kind of started, and then it was kind of like I've kind of backed myself into a corner with it, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot of stuff that I've been struggling with this card game. And it's kind of like breaking through it. Yeah, Lil Nas X. Right on, right on. You hear it, right? There's a little bit of Lil Nas X in here. No, wait, maybe it's... No, it's that new song. Oh, it's that new cowboy song. All right, we're going to make Kira, because Kira has the most health. Going to get our 2 health packs here. Set these up. Now, this isn't actually what the game is going to be like, as far as... there would be a digital version. And... do I have everything set up here? I think so. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the amount of feedback we got on this. Eventually, I want to make a digital version of this game. This is just for prototyping, because, like, James and I were printing the cards, and back when we only had 50 cards, we would print them, and, like, we would literally just, like, play, you know? Like, just, like, no problem. I still have these cards. And then we got 200 cards. And so it's kind of like we made changes over the summer, and then we kind of stalled out for a bit because I had a job, a very not fun job that took all of my life and soul away. And then now I don't have a job, so now we're working on it again. Hopefully we can get it to a place where it's done. All right, so the way this works is you're actually traveling through trying to kill the Spider Mage and get to the lair of Arachne. The Spider Mage guy is not cool. He's not nice. He controls the undead, and he also has these spiders that go on people's faces, and he controls them as well. And he's taken over this whole land. Basically, this is like a territory of prisons. It's kind of like what this was. And the warden of the prison was instructed to find the Spider Mage. Legend had it that the Spider Mage was underground. And so he started having all the workers. I'm going to see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. He started having all the prisoners digging the entire territory in hopes to find it. When he did not tell the king. In fact, he kept the Spider Mage locked up and started having the Spider Mage do his bidding. This is where they find him. They dig and they find the Silken Abyss where the Spider Mage had been locked away. That's right. Where is that? That's right about here. Silken Abyss. Yeah. And so, of course, the warden thought, oh, I'm going to be the king now because I'm going to use the Spider Mage to build an army and then take over the entire kingdom, not just this little prison territory. And then I won't run the prisons anymore. I will run the entire kingdom. But, of course, that's not how things go. And once the Spider Mage had enough minions, the Spider Mage flipped and took over the entire area. That's how you all find yourselves in the Soulbound Keep. When you start the game, you awaken in the Soulbound Keep, and you are going to travel through to try and slay the Spider Mage. That's the whole thing, guys. That's the whole thing. Thanks, Raymond. Yeah. It would be. I really want this to be both. You can buy it in real life and play it, and it plays exactly the same. Of course, you have to do a lot more work, but tactile, physical nature of it is really fun and enjoyable. All right, we're all set here. I'm going to shuffle these guys. Pay people. Like, yeah, I think there's like a place that I use. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll show you. It's called Make Playing Cards. It's literally called MakePlayingCards.com. These guys are really good. I mean, you can see they do all kinds of cool stuff, and the cost is not crazy. They do all kinds of packaging. They do all kinds of stuff. I've used them before multiple times. You know, it's a game of like, how much do you want to spend? Honestly, that's what it comes down to. So this would really be like a luxury style kind of like deck. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, could be 300 when we're done, 400 cards. I have no idea, honestly, what it's going to end up being. All right, it's time to embark on our adventure. I'm going to shuffle creatures, decks, loot, and weapons. Make sure I shuffle all these. I should just have a button that shuffles all of them, but maybe someday we'll do that. The summoning deck on top here, just so I can see it easier. And shuffle the allies. These are the new NPCs. Okay, so what's supposed to happen is we're going to start in the Soulbound Keep. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to start with 6 and see what happens. Put the clock tower up above because we don't really need the clock tower. Actually, we don't need the clock tower at all. We can put it up here. Okay, so we draw the first one, flip it. We have a trapdoor. Now, trapdoors are going to be a little different this time. We are going to, instead of taking damage, that's right. Instead of taking damage, you're actually going to take 2 peril chips, miss chips. These, you'll see how these work. These are pretty clever. They turn into peril trackers if they turn into from a miss to a peril tracker, and then they turn into peril cards, which are more like broken arms and stuff, which now we actually have some peril cards. So maybe we'll get to use them. So the way this card is going to work, I'm going to reshape this card in real time. Instead of rolling to take damage, we're going to roll to see if we take 2 misses. So roll, add the party leader's speed. If 3 or more, party leader is safe. If not, take 2 damage. Yikes. Okay, so I got to roll a 3 or more. I'm not going to take the damage, though. So let's see here. Oh, that's a 4. Okay, well, nothing happened then. Some of these cards I'm like not a fan of when they just like pass by like that, but what are you gonna do? Oh, God, I don't like this card. This card is Twisted Doorway. I don't think this should be in the first deck. We're gonna move this over here. I'm gonna draw another one instead. Teensy. Oh, this is a magic dealer. I'm gonna use that card. Usually I wouldn't be so specific about the cards I'm using, but since it's a playtest and there's specific things I want to test. Okay, great. Sunken Fields. Let's do this one. Draw 2 creatures from the creature deck. Defeat them to continue. Party leader's speed is -2. Okay, so this is where we're going to see things happen here. That's 1. Oh, that's the new Seeker and the Sulker. Seekers and Sulkers. All right, so this one, this card's damage is its current HP. So it's got 4 health, but it does 4 damage. If I lower the health, I lower the damage. This guy does 4 and only attacks the party leader. And I think these guys attack the slowest. And that's going to definitely be Kira because Kira has -2 speed right now. All right, so how do we want to do this? All right, we're going to use Kira and we're going to do an attack. If we do 2 attacks on here, if we get a critical, we get 2 attacks. That's a critical, that's 2. That knocks this guy down. So that means he's 2 health, does 2 damage. And then we're going to have Eris do 1 attack. She does 1 hit, no more than 1. Oh, if she's the heal, I forgot about her. If she is the leader, she actually does 1 damage right off the bat. Now these guys get to attack. This guy's going to attack the slowest. So that's going to be 2 damage to Kira. 1, 2. And then the Sulker attacks the leader, the party leader, and heals for 1 and does 1 damage. So, okay. So that's not great. Oh. Did I ever think that Kim Kardashian and other famous people have played Pop the Lock? I've never thought about that, but yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I wonder. It could be like one of their favorite games. Wouldn't that be sick? I'm working on an update for the mobile game, so hopefully that'll be done soon too. All right. Oh, Ashmar didn't go though. Ashmar still has to go. So Ashmar can do 1 damage. We'll see who he does it to. He could do it to the Sulker. No, the Seekers. Yeah. All right. So we'll keep that the way it is. Restart again. Let's get Kira to try and do some damage. She could finish. We should have her do the Sulker, I think, because if she crits, then she does +1, which would be pretty cool. She doesn't. She didn't do anything that great. Eris is going to do a regular attack. That's probably going to be, oh my gosh, that's a miss. So that's no good. But she doesn't get hit back, so that's okay. And then Ashmar, can you please finish the Seeker? Oh my gosh, really? Okay. These guys both have misses, critical misses, but they're not getting attacked. The Seeker is going to hit Kira. I'm going to use this basic... I'm not going to use the basic shield yet. I'm going to use a health potion here. We'll just move this over to the side here. Get rid of 2. And then this guy's going to do 1 attack to Kira. This guy again attacks Kira for 1 and heals, so we'll just move that one over. And then these guys, nothing happened to them. Those markers are only for if they get hit when they have an X, it turns into a peril. Really like that mechanic. Okay, let's try and see if anyone can finish anything here. That was a really bad round. Let's have Kira attack the Seekers at this point. Oh, she's going to probably roll a straight up critical. Barely. Okay, Seekers are dead. So that's good. And then the Sulker is going to be attacked by Eris. See if she can do a 1 damage. And see if Ashmar can get one of those damages in as well. He does. That's 2. And then heals for 1. Gosh, this guy is really putting on. That hurts. He's so simple. I should have maybe killed him first. All right, let's try that again. This time, I'm gonna turn Ashmar. Ashmar does critical research. All party attacks gain +1 damage. So he takes +1 damage though if he gets hit. So let's see what happens here. So Kira's going to attack. This time, if she doesn't attack, oh my gosh, that's a miss. If I don't finish this guy, oh man, that's going to turn into a peril. Okay. Yeah, that is going to probably turn into a peril token. All right, that's good. I wanted that to happen, to test it at least. All right, Eris is going to do an attack. She does a critical, but she hasn't even been hit. So that does 1. And then this guy is going to hit Kira. That turns this into a peril. If I get 3 of these, I have to draw one of these peril cards. So that's definitely 1. This guy heals for 1 and does another 1 damage to Kira. That puts Kira at 9. Yikes. Oh, wait. But Ashmar was doing critical research, which means Eris actually did 2 damage, not 1. Let's try again. Let's have Kira try and hit. Oh my gosh, are you serial? No way. That's a miss. And then, oh, she can re-roll 1 fail once per encounter. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's take that off. Okay. So it looks like she's definitely getting a peril. Unless Eris can finish this off. If Eris can hit this for 1, we're going to probably be okay. Okay, great. So she actually does 1 damage, but it counts as 2 because Ashmar was doing the research. Thank you, Ashmar. Very helpful. Sulker is finally dead. Kira does not get a second peril track yet. And the rest of this all stays. Everything stays the way it is. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to say 2 coins for killing the baddies. We'll just put it right here. I guess that'll be my little pile. These guys are dead. None of them give us anything. All right. I mean, sure. Doesn't feel right, but okay. And then this event is done. This over. And then let's draw the next one. Oh, same one? No, thank you. Let's do something different. Crooked Pathway. That's just a basic vanilla one. I really want to try some of the more interesting ones. Okay, this is a good one. Draw 2 creatures from the creature deck. This one is a graveyard and it has resurrection. So defeated undead respawn after 1 round if the encounter is not over. All right. That's not fun. Before I do this, I'm going to make Eris the team leader. I'm going to use this elixir and remove 2 health, 2 damage from Kira to bring Kira back a bit. And Eris gets to attack right off the bat. So let's see if we get 1 and 2. Sulker again. I do not like that Sulker guy. He's not fun. All right. This is a deranged guard. When do 2+ damage. So he only does 2 damage to the lowest health person on the team. And when this creature's HP is 2 or less, do 2 more. So I got to be really careful with that guy. And then, of course, we know the Sulker. These guys are going to attack Eris this time because Eris is the team leader. Was the first one. It's going to get that 1 attack each time. I'm going to try the Ashmar research. It's just so valuable. It feels like in this early phase, it feels like the +1 is kind of too good. But you know what? I'm going to try it without. I'm going to try it without because I want to see what happens with just a regular basic, regular team. All right. So we'll start with Kira. We'll get Kira to attack. She rolls a 2. That's going to be a 1 from the broadsword. And let's get rid of this Sulker because the Sulker is really a problem. Next, we'll do Ashmar. That's going to be a 1. Great. Good job, Ashmar. And then Eris. We're going to see if Eris can do a regular attack. So that's 3. Not bad. 3. And now these guys attack. Deranged guard's going to do 2 to the lowest health. That's still Ashmar. So Ashmar is going to get wrecked. Good thing I didn't have the critical research turned on because actually he would have taken 3 damage and I don't even have any health left. I think this is going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. This guy heals for 1 and adds 1 damage. Ashmar might die. Honestly. If I don't do something, Ashmar might die. Because this guy, I didn't notice that he gets hit. He's the least health. And he's going down fast. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna try for the research then. Because at least these guys will do 4 damage. And maybe we will be able to stop them. Yeah, I think we can stop this guy before. But then if I hit that, when he gets down to 2 damage, he does 2 more. Thanks. Okay, so we got to do this just right. Okay, so Kira's going to attack. Maybe we get a critical. If we do, that does 3 damage. That would be amazing. Okay, let's try Eris. That's a 2, so she does 1 damage, but +1 due to... Oh, geez, this is not good. Then he's going to do 2 damage to Ashmar again. Oh, 3 damage to Ashmar. 5. Oh my gosh. And then the Sulker is gonna do 1 heal and 1 damage to Eris. This is not good. Okay, I have some ideas. I mean, his book does Don't Hit Me. Book absorbs all damage this round, discard immediately. So I don't know what we do with him after he loses his book. We didn't really think that through. So I'll have to consider what to do there. But I think we can... Well, let's see what happens. Let's see if I make it through, actually. So Kira's going to try and do an attack. Oh, by the way, she did not get Herald. She didn't. So she just does 1 damage, which turns into 2 damage. So that's 2 damage because of Ashmar's research. That puts the deranged guard at 4. No, 2 health, which means he now does 4 damage, which would wipe Ashmar unless I use his book, unless Eris can just get 1 hit on him. Please. Okay, yes. So that's 2 damage, which knocks out the deranged guard and keeps Ashmar alive. The Sulker heals for 1, does a damage to Eris because nobody's doing anything about it. Whew. Okay. Wow. That was close. Ashmar is still in a really bad state. Kira's going to attack the Sulker. Come on, Kira. You keep missing. It's not cool. And then Eris does 2 damage. Heals for 1. Kira does 2 damage. 3 damage. Oh, that's enough. That's a crit. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a crit. So these guys are dead. Wow. Team is not doing hot. We're not doing great. Okay. Flip these guys. Put them over here. That's 2 coins. And did anyone... He had a loot. Okay, great. Let's see. So he had a loot. Let's roll for it. If I get a 4, it's a weapon. Everything else, it's a 1. So I just get regular loot. Oh, thank God. That's great. He dropped a great elixir. We're going to use that. I mean, we're going to use that immediately. Restore 4 health of a hero and discard. Yeah, okay. Why not? One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're back in the game. We're making it. We're making it happen. And the Cursed Graveyard is done. So let's see what's next. Crooked Path. I don't want to do Crooked Path. Like I said, that's just a basic one since we're testing. Really want to see something interesting. Okay, let's see. Trapdoor. Yeah, we could do that. Trapdoor, if 3 or more, add to the roll. So she's got a 2. She needs 3. We don't even have to roll for it. Even if she gets a 1, she would pass. So nothing happens on the trapdoor. I don't know. That trap card seems real boring, guys. Not very exciting. Prison cell. Select a hero. Roll and add their intelligence. If 2 or less, summon 2 oozers. If 3 or 4, draw 1 loot. If 5 or more, draw 2 loot. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use Ashmar because he's a 3. He's a pretty smart guy. So let's see what we roll. A 1. If 2 or less, summon 2 oozers. That didn't go well. Okay, no problem. No problem, guy. We can do it. That one doesn't come out. There's an oozer and there's an oozer. Okay. All right, let's get them. So these guys are going to do 1 attack to the person who attacked them last. And I forget what the backup is if it didn't happen. So we'll just play it by ear and see. We'll just say it's the slowest person on the team, which is going to be Kira. Okay, so Kira's going to try and hit one of these oozers. Oh, okay, that's bad. It's actually really bad. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking about, like, Kira had a critical fail. That puts the marker on her. She's definitely going to get hit by these guys. Well, not really. I mean, I could actually do it, but let's just say, for instance, she does. Question is she allowed to use her shield to block the damage, which would then negate this? And I don't know the answer to that. Like, if you get a critical fail, are you allowed to still block? I don't know. It's a good question. I'm going to say yes, because it's more interesting to make a choice. But I'm not sure. I mean, a critical fail should kind of mean you kind of missed. Like, you totally whiffed. I'm going to write that down. That's a good question. If critical fail, can hero still use shield and block, negating the okay. I'm not a fan of this music. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not a fan of this music. Music sucks, man. No, I didn't use ChatGPT on anything here. I do use ChatGPT for, like, coding. I do use it for coding a lot, but I've actually found that ChatGPT, guys, I can't with this music. This music's really garbage. I'm pretty sure all of this was just made by Chat, like some kind of like is this actual real music? There's no way. Someone made this? Oh god, maybe that's real music. I mean, all the cover art is it's all AI driven cover art, so I don't know. Who knows, right? Yeah, so the funny thing is I found that Claude is really great. Excuse me, Claude is really great with back end stuff, like, setting up a typical standard website. Claude doesn't do very well with very specific polish front end stuff. And, making games or mobile apps, it's kind of like a big deal. So I've actually been using ChatGPT, does a really great job of being able to take things that are nuanced and code them, I find. Whereas, yeah, Claude is just a little more like, it takes me a lot of times to explain something to Claude. I could show you some examples, but like, I'm working on a sleep help, an app that helps people fall asleep, which I was hoping I could launch it tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I find that ChatGPT is really great at being like, oh, I need this to animate in smoothly. And then when the button presses, then the scene loads and then it animates out really well. Like it does like really smooth, polished code very well. And I don't know, there's something about Claude. I should try it more again, but my last times that I used it, I would tell it to do something and then it either makes up its own thing or it doesn't really do it that well. And I've kind of found that um yeah, I don't know, like ChatGPT does a better job at making those kinds of edits. Interesting. That would make sense. I do think that ChatGPT is like more, I don't know what the word would be, like poetic or visual or designer forward. And then Claude is much more back end forward. Like it's just, you tell it to make something nice and pretty and it doesn't, you know? Um, I had this idea for a game that I might try to put together live on stream. It's a really simple concept and it'd be a really short game. But I had ChatGPT, or not ChatGPT, I had Claude like mock up a prototype of it, and it's like about like communicating with aliens, and like it, I don't even know how to explain it. It just kind of like went off the deep end, and it like had like flashing lights everywhere, and it was like, oh, signal detected, and I was like, it's not. It like literally asked for none of this, and also it's all bad. Like you don't really get it. Um, yeah, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think AI is taking over at all anytime soon. I mean, it's just not. It's not going to take over anything, in my opinion. It's going to be a great assistance. It's going to help make us more productive. It's probably going to cut down on jobs somewhat. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it already is. I'm definitely. I mean, I'm unemployed. I can't even get a job. But I don't think that in the long run, AI is going to, yeah, it's hard to say. It doesn't really replace people. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain. I mean, I just spent 20 hours over the weekend trying to finish this sleep app. And in short, like, it didn't do anything faster than I would have done it because of how many times I have to retell it to fix things, or that things are not exactly how I wanted them, or that I need to add more features to it. And it doesn't really make it faster. It does, though. It does help with my mental, like my mental fatigue, because usually I would be coding everything and testing it and designing it. And this was more like handing it off to a side dev, like, oh, hey, I need you to make this like settings panel. I need a settings panel, and here's all the stuff that I need. And like, yeah, sure. Like I went off and I started working on some other stuff and it put it together and it coded it for me. But then there were all these like nuanced details that I just had to keep asking it, like, well, yeah, the volume slider, can you redo that? That's not right. Can you make um the refresh rate settings save across the device for next time? Like these are things that like I would just add like 2 lines of code, but instead with ChatGPT, it's like you have to go through the whole thing, you have to explain it, you have to like write this whole page. And so I'm not fully convinced that the 20 hours I spent over the weekend were faster by using AI, but it was a much more enjoyable 20 hours to be working and like crunching because I'm not so exhausted. Yeah. But I'm thinking I might start building this other game live on here. It'd be like a short form game. Probably use Unreal because I want it to look really nice. Um, but it's got a really cool premise to it. The whole idea was you're like you work at an astronomy lab, like one of those giant telescopes in like the mid to late 1980s, and you start getting signals that an extraterrestrial is trying to communicate with you or us. And so the whole thing is like you're by yourself and there's like machines there that will analyze the data. And so you have to use the tools to like analyze the data that's coming in. And then you can try to understand how to communicate with them back. Um, and it would be pretty short, but I already had some really cool ideas about like the whole thing is like this, the mechanic is data and data analysis because like games don't really do that, but you know, looking through pages and pages of data to try and understand what something's communicating, I think there's like a mechanic there that could be really interesting. So anyway, rant over. Maybe we'll make that live on stream. I have to get the sleep app out first, and I need to finish up my Pop the Lock update. But yeah, I really want to build a game here, like just on stream, just making stuff. I really want to get back into that, so that might be a good game to do it with. Could be pretty cool. And I think short form games are really interesting right now. Okay, back to this minus the horrible music. Um, all right. We have two oozers. We got to get rid of them. We must fight them. I think Kira rolled a 1, it looks like. So she has one of these here. That's right. And then if I have 1-on-1 attack, neither of them will attack Kira. If I don't do that, Kira will get a peril token because she's going to get hit. And 3 peril tokens means she takes a peril card. I kind of want to see it happen, but we won't do it. Okay, so Ashmar's going to try and hit one of them, and he does. And then Eris is going to try and hit one of them, and she does. Great. So these guys are down. They just have 1 left. One of the oozers hits Ashmar for 1. One of the oozers hits Eris for 1. Eris is not doing well. Eris is down to 5. Okay. It's a tough run. Okay, we're going to try again. Kira does not get a miss because those guys were targeting someone else. She doesn't get a peril token. She's going to try and hit again. She does 1 to this guy. This guy's done. Boom. This was an easy way to do that, but there's not. Then Ashmar is going to hit the Oozer because I don't want... I don't want Ashmar to get hit. That's a shame because that's a critical. That would have healed Eris for 1. But we got to play it the way it's played. He doesn't get any criticals on anything. He just gets a 1 damage and the Oozer's done. That's okay. It would have been nice to get the heal though. Either of these guys, 2 coins and 1 loot. Let's see what we get. Put these guys back in the summoning deck. This card's done. 2 coins. And we do get a loot. Let's roll for it. Got a 1. That's Don's Spite. All creatures are stunned this round. Discard this card. So that's a magic token that I can use. It's not bad. But let's give it to Ashmar. Why not? All right. This is the last card. Oh, it's a campfire. Okay, so this is really cool. We've been working on the... This is really cool. I'm really excited about this. I can't show you everything about how this works, but campfire cards allow you to draw 3 alliance cards. Now, right now, the way that we have the alliance cards, this is not the final version that we're going to do. The alliance cards are just random right now, but they won't be. The way that these alliance cards are going to work is if you get a campfire, your team gets to sit down, probably going to do some healing, like you get like 2 heals or something like that, or each hero heals for 1. Let's make it each hero heals for 1. That seems like that's nice. And they get to tell a story. Guys, I'm so excited about this part of this game. So far, there's not really any narrative in the game mechanics at all. But when you have a campfire, what will happen is each character has 3 of their own alliance cards. And these alliance cards are based on their background and their story. So when you get the campfire card, you actually put you wouldn't have just a random alliance deck. You put the 3 cards from each character together to make 9 cards. And you get an alliance deck that is specific to these 3 characters. Then when you draw the campfire card, you draw, I think it's going to be 3 of them. I think you draw 3 of these and you flip them to see which stories your heroes tell. When they tell a story, whichever one you pick, that story becomes part of your team's entire like dynamic. So for instance, stratagem, I think Kira tells the story about stratagem. It's like she was like a strategy in a fight and she won, and it's all about her background. But everyone, when a hero crits, a second hero can attack immediately. That one's really good. So that applies to everyone. The last chance, when a hero reaches 0 health, heal that hero for 3 health and exhaust this when used. So any hero can use this, but once we use it, it's done. And then revenge. When a hero draws a peril card, +1 to the next hero's attack roll in this encounter. Oh, so that's not really, I don't know if that's really good or not. The revenge, that could be good. I think it would have to be a +2 to be really good. Like, because then you could really bank on you're probably going to get a crit. You have a 50% chance of getting a crit. I'm going to say, I mean, stratagem. A second hero can attack immediately. Hmm. Hmm. This card has questions with it, though. Because what if both heroes, what if you use this after 2 heroes already went? Do you get to make another hero then attack again, which would be 4 attacks? Or if you use this and none of them have attacked and you use one to attack, does that count as their attack or not? Hmm. Okay. That one we're going to have to think about. I'm going to treat it like it's anyone, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is going to be a big rule book. That I probably will have ChatGPT generate, at least the first draft. I'm going to take this and try it. I mean, it feels like the one that I would take, although, my heroes have been like really close to dying lately. But I feel like the crit. Let's go with the crit. So, anyway, this is how this kind of works. I'm really, as you can tell, I'm really excited about this mechanic. I can't show it to you right now, but we've been compiling an entire document of story. So this is how the story of these characters will come through. So you'll learn about the characters because at the campfire they tell a story. So now everyone has the ability to do dual strike. When a hero crits, a second hero can attack immediately. I just don't want that to be like if Kira rolls a crit and then Eris gets to attack next, then Eris rolls a crit, then Kira attacks again. Like, I just want it to make sure that it's not like I just want it to work right. Yeah. It might be a card that you exhaust. I do like that. Oh, James is here, everybody. James the artiste. Um, okay, well that was it for this round. for this area. I didn't get to do one of the events that I really wanted to do. I'm not gonna go so far. I like playing through the very first area just over and over again and seeing how we end up. This feels really good. The pace felt way better on this round as well. I didn't get to mention it to you guys, but um, some of the changes that happened in here in the monsters as well were like the removal of bats. Bats were 5. See, we replaced the bats with the seekers. So bats had 5 health, and they were flying, which meant that if you rolled to attack them, you get a -1 to your roll unless you have a ranged weapon. Just felt like it really slowed down this first area, and it made the first area just like a little just too intense. The other thing that was changed is the slimes, which when you kill them, they're a 4/2, I think they are, and when you kill them, they split into 2 oozers. Those were also making the battles just really slow down. I mean, this is just the first area. It should not feel like we're fighting for our lives in the first area. So replaced all the slimes with oozers now. And we didn't get the one card that there's 2 cards that I really wanted to try out, but I mean, they're events, but it's okay. We'll try them eventually, but I really wanted to try the Swirl Seller. This one's really cool because you draw 2 creatures and you fight them, and then it has these 2 here. So if I roll a critical, I can add 2 damage to that attack, and then I have to exhaust this card, so I can't use anything on it after that, which means I can only knock monsters, 1 creature, into the Swirl Rack, and then it breaks, right? So if I want to, I can do that. Now, this is where it gets really cool. If I don't do that, and I finish the entire round without knocking someone into the Swirl Rack, then if this card is not exhausted by the end of the encounter, I can summon Vintage Swirl. And Vintage Swirl is let me see. It's right here, I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh, no, that's not it. Where's Vintage Swirl? There it is. Oh, it's aged. I have to change that. It says aged, but it should be vintage. And this card is really fun. So if you don't use the damage on it and you fight without damaging the Swirl Seller, you actually get aged Swirl. And what this does is you drink up, you can heal a hero immediately for 3 health, but you place 2 miss tokens on them because they're drunk. So it's great. So you can drink it for 3 health, but you get 2 miss tokens on them, which means if you get hit in that next round, you get 2 peril trackers immediately. If you don't do that, you can do just one more story. And if you're at a campfire, you can discard this card and draw an alliance card to add to the party, which means you can add 2 alliance cards. You draw the first 3, pick the one, and then you can toss this card in, but not get the health. You don't get the health for it. And then you get an extra story, which then, would have been like, great, I got generosity, which is when a hero heals 2 or more health, other party members heal 1 as well, which would have been really cool. And then I would have had 2 team alliance cards, right? So there's story. There would have been more stories, which I love because it's kind of like so funny that we did get that. If I had this before and then we got the campfire event, this would have been great. I could have discarded it. I could have picked up 2, and then my team would have bonded even more. Or should I have used it for 3 health, get rid of the 3 health on Eris? And you can see this game is getting so interesting. God, I love this game so much. I love when storytelling happens through mechanics. And these 2 cards, honestly, are like a level of storytelling through mechanics that, man, I just don't even know what to say. It's so simple, but it says so much. It's really wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so Probably gonna stop here for today. I want to keep these playtests really short. I want to keep them like quick and swift so that it just keeps rinse and repeating. So I'll be back to play this again tomorrow and then on Friday. So we get 3 playtests in this week. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. I'm trying to think if there's any other things to change here. Oh right, I have to make a note about what weapon does Ashmar use if he destroys his book, and also how to scale him up so he remains useful. So we'll have to figure that one out. Um, yeah, because that could really suck if you just use the book to absorb it, and then you just draw the next card and it's more monsters, and then he can't even attack or do anything. So I'll have to think about what he can do, um, what he can do, and how he can stay alive. Yeah, this is great, guys. Thanks for hanging out today. I'm trying to think if there will be any changes tomorrow to this. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm feeling like we're pretty close to playing like to the second location. One thing that we will have to figure out though is the second location. There's really no reason to go to the defiled farms, like none. So we kind of have to figure out how the defiled farms can be valuable compared to going to an inn and healing and getting more loot and spending money. Just feels like that could be. There's really no reason to go to the defiled farms otherwise. It's going to be tricky how to balance those. But we'll get there. Cool. Guys, thanks for hanging out today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier if I can. I'm trying to do like a little bit of an hour earlier. I'm going to try and find some actual lo-fi fantasy music that isn't Garbo. So if you have any recommends, you guys can drop it in there. All right. See you, Raymond. Thanks for hanging out. James, I hope you're having a great day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Kurtiswow. Ow. I can't find it. I can't find it. There it is.